Hello, my beautiful beauties and my wonderful lovelies. A pleasant afternoon to everyone. Now, my beautiful people, you know, one of the admirable qualities I liked in Paul, and you know, David is my favorite Bible character because he really was a man after God's own heart. He really loved God and God really loved him. Not to say he didn't love anybody else, but that love between the two of them was just awesome and amazing. But Paul, let's deal with Paul, you know, in the New Testament. One of the fundamental, you know, qualities in Paul was that he was a believer in succession planning. Now, Paul was a brilliant man in his day. You know, I compare him to the late and great and venerable Dr. Miles Monroe. The only difference is that I don't think Dr. Miles Monroe spoke 14 languages. I don't think he focused there. But Paul spoke about 14 languages. Brilliant man, brilliant. He had like summa cum laude, you know. And with that level of brilliance and expertise, you know, as a sinner and then a saint, so to speak, when his time was winding down as he got older and older, he decided to train and pass the baton on from early hours, from the early minutes, from the early seconds to Timothy. He had Silas with him, you know, remember, you know. But the Bible, you know, talked a lot about Paul. Kind of, he was training Timothy, teaching him fundamental things, principles, standards to live by, and not letting people look down on him because he's young. And I guess Paul remembered when he was younger, maybe persons would look down on him, even though he was a part of the Pharisaical movement, I call it. And probably he felt, you know, people felt threatened by his brilliance and his expertise. So he was schooling Timothy, do not let anybody despise your youth. You can be a great man of God. And I'm teaching you certain principles, standards, ways of living the godly way. He taught him, he was passing the baton on. Paul didn't hold on. And if anybody let us say, had a right to feel jealous and feel threatened, I would say Paul. Why? Because Paul was such a brilliant man in his day. Spoke 14 languages, had summa cum laude, we call it. Brilliant man. God allowed him to speak to the top and the top-notch people. Jamaicans have a way of saying tapenaris. But yet he knew what was happening. He was getting older. Never had the same strength and vigor and vim. So he saw Timothy. And you know, he was able to take that clean heart, so to speak. I mean, although God is the only one who can see the heart. But you know what I mean. By the fruits you shall know them. By their fruits. And he passed it on. Pass on the baton. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube.